Hi everyone, I'm Alba from Hollywood. I knew some girls who had fame, kind and supportive parents, or cute boyfriends, but I was the only girl I knew who had all three. My boyfriend was the best. We met on the set of my first big role. I was an actress and I was nervous to act in front of these amazing people who were also talented and experienced. The first person I met that day wasn't nice at all. This super pretty girl walked up to me and immediately started yelling at me. I recognized her from TV and magazine covers. She was an actress named Jamie Hart. Where are the rest of the vegan options? I've told you guys I don't know how many times I'm not eating this stuff. Sorry, I'm not the caterer. I'm an actress, like you. Oh, sweetie, there's no one like me. I'm one of a kind. Good luck, though. I didn't know what to say. When she left, I felt even more scared. Was this what it was going to be like working on a big show? Rude people treating me like I'm their servant? But then right after that, this random guy approached me. He must have noticed how anxious I was because he pretended to trip into the craft service table to cheer me up. Everyone else looked over like he was crazy, but I couldn't stop laughing.
First day?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
I was too when I first started.
How did you get over it?
Oh, I didn't. I'm terrified right now.
He grinned at me, and I could tell he was joking. I was having a hard time imagining him ever being scared. He was so comfortable and at ease with himself. I wondered what his job was on set.
Just remember, you're here for a reason. You wouldn't have gotten this job if you didn't nail the audition. You'll be great. I'm Malik, by the way.
And then right after that, I found out he was an actor too, and my co-star on the show. We became close really quickly, and then things turned romantic, and he asked if I wanted to make it official. He got along with my parents, and even my dog was obsessed with him. So my first day got off to a bit of a bumpy start, but things were great now. I felt so much more comfortable on set. It took me some time, but I realized that Malik was right. I was there for a reason. The only person still rude to me was Jamie, but whatever, I didn't care. She was clearly just insecure and felt threatened by my success. Even though I didn't get nervous about my job anymore, there was still one thing that really scared me: my family's curse. Okay, curses aren't real, but I couldn't help worrying anyway. When my mom and grandma were my age, they both ran into some really bad luck. My grandma got into a car accident, and my mom almost got trapped in a house fire. Besides, I'd been lucky for so long. No one could have a perfect life forever. Malik and I got dinner at my favorite restaurant for my birthday. Malik gave me this gorgeous diamond necklace, and the food was amazing. But I couldn't fully enjoy my meal because I was thinking about this stupid curse.
Babe, you know there's nothing to worry about, right? What happened to your mom and grandma was a coincidence. Besides, they're both still here. They got through it.
I know, you're right. I just get anxious sometimes, even when my brain tells me it makes no sense.
You know what I do when I'm feeling anxious?
Before I could ask, there was a loud bang as Malik slammed his knee against the table, pretending to hurt himself. Our plates and silverware jumped, and half the restaurant turned to stare at us. I started laughing. I loved that Malik was willing to make a fool of himself just to make me smile. The table started to shake again. Okay, Malik, you should probably stop before they kick us out.
That isn't me.
All of a sudden, the walls started to shake too. I heard glass shattering, and people were getting up from their tables. Everyone was scared.
Don't panic. It's an earthquake. Come on.
We ran for the exit. Just before we got to the door, I remembered I forgot my necklace. I started to turn back for it, but before I could move, a big chandelier ripped from the ceiling and fell right on top of me. Then everything went dark. There was a strange beeping sound. What was that? When I opened my eyes, I was in a hospital bed. My parents were looking down at me with worried faces, and there was someone else there too, a boy who I didn't recognize.
Alba, we are so glad you're awake. You scared us.
What happened?
There was an earthquake. You had an accident at the restaurant where you and Malik were having dinner.
I guess the boy's name was Malik, but why was I having dinner with him? Oh, my head was pounding. I must have hit it pretty hard.
What's the last thing you remember?
I just got the call back letting me know I got the role, and I was on my way to the studio to start my first day. Oh no, I hoped I hadn't missed my first day. I'd worked so hard to get this role.
Honey, you really don't remember anything after that? About the show? About me?
Do we know each other? Malik looked so sad in that moment, but I didn't know what to do. Everything was so foggy, and my head was killing me. After I got home from the hospital, my mom sat me down and explained everything. I had amnesia, and I was missing almost a full year of memories because of my concussion. She said my show was really successful and I was a popular actress, and that boy from the hospital was my boyfriend. After you fell, he ran back into the restaurant to carry you out while the whole building was shaking. We're very fortunate that he was there to help. Wow, sounds like that boy Malik might have saved my life. On set the next day, everyone was so sweet and understanding. Even though I didn't remember all the acting I had been doing, the super famous actress named Jamie Hart went through the scripts with me and helped me catch up. I saw Malik too. He smiled and waved. I think he could tell I still didn't remember him though, because he turned sad and didn't come over to talk. The strangest thing happened. When the director called action, I didn't feel nervous at all. I had been so scared to start my first day, and I barely slept at all the night before, but here I was, nailing it. Then I remembered, this wasn't my first day. It just felt like it was because of my injury. It was all so strange. After a while though, I got back into my routine. Things were going really well with the show. Jamie and I became great friends. We'd go on shopping sprees and have spa days and everything. I was surprised one day at the studio when Malik approached me. I felt like he had been avoiding me. He was always sweet when we spoke, but it was usually just small talk, and that sad look never left his eyes.
Hey, I wanted to ask you something. I know everything's messed up and weird since the accident, but you're someone really special to me. And I know you don't remember, but I was someone special to you too. Maybe we could start over.
What did you have in mind?
Something casual, no pressure. There was a smoothie place you really liked. Maybe we could hang out there.
That I hadn't forgotten. Strawberry banana was my favorite. That would be nice. Malik and I got smoothies later and strolled around the park. The way the sun shimmered on the pond was so pretty, and Malik was so nice and funny. I could see why I must have liked him. I felt bad though because he seemed to know so much about me, but everything he told me about himself was brand new information. I tried really hard to remember, but I just couldn't. Ugh, stupid earthquake. On set the next day, Jamie came up to me after she saw Malik and I talking. Look, I don't know if I should say this because I don't want it to seem like gossip. What is it? You can tell me. Jamie glanced around and lowered her voice. It's about Malik. I'd be careful around him. He's one of those people who only talks to successful people because he's trying to boost his own career. It's pretty gross. I was shocked. That wasn't the vibe I got from Malik at all. But Jamie knew him much better than I did, and she'd been such a good friend to me since my accident. We were best friends before that too. At least, that's what she told me. Malik and I were supposed to hang out again that day after we finished filming, but I told him I wasn't feeling very well. I could tell he was disappointed. It made me doubt myself for a second. Was this really the right decision? We had fun getting smoothies, and my mom said he saved my life. But then I remembered what Jamie told me. Hollywood was full of fake people. You had to be on guard to protect yourself. What if he had lied to my mom about saving me? Jamie came over one night so we could practice lines. I had a huge monologue the next day, and I wanted it to be perfect. Jamie was so generous with all the time she put into helping me. Suddenly, my dog Rocco started to growl at her. Rocco! I couldn't believe it. Rocco was such a sweet and lazy dog. He loved everyone. What's his problem? Sorry, he must have smelled one of your pets. He's not usually like this. I don't have any pets. The next day, Malik approached me while we were getting ready to film.
Hey, is everything okay? I tried calling and texting, but you never answered.
Yeah, I've just been really busy.
Okay, Alba. Have fun with your new best friend, I guess.
What's that supposed to mean?
You blew me off last week, and now you're giving me the cold shoulder. And you spend all your time with Jamie, who you don't even like.
Of course I like her. And Jamie has really been there for me since my accident. You barely even talked to me until a few days ago.
I was trying to give you space. I'm sorry, I didn't know how to handle you forgetting me. It was like we were strangers again, except I still had all these great memories of us together.
I didn't ask to get a concussion. You're acting like I did it on purpose.
That's not what I meant. I'm sorry. I'll leave you alone from now on.
I thought my day couldn't get any worse, but just then, the director came up to me and told me that my monologue had been given to Jamie. I was devastated. I found Jamie getting her hair and makeup done for the big scene. Hey, what happened? They just told me that you're doing my monologue instead. Oh, I told them that you were still feeling really tired from your accident and weren't up for such a big, dramatic scene. I thought you'd be happy. Thought I'd be happy? You knew how important this was to me. Why would you do that? I thought you were my friend. That's how things work here, sweetie. It's really not a big deal. And if you don't mind, I need to get ready for my monologue. I spent the rest of the day trying not to cry. I felt like Jamie had taken a mask off and I'd finally seen the real her. A selfish monster who'd been using me this whole time. At the end of the day, I snuck onto an empty set and finally cried and let it all out. Everything was so messed up. My accident had ruined my life. It was that stupid curse. I knew it. My mom might not believe in it, but how could she say it wasn't real now? I stared at the set. It was this huge, dark sky filled with galaxies and stars and comets. The door opened. Malik saw me and started to head over, a little bit hesitant. Suddenly, he tripped over an electrical cord and almost fell. I burst out laughing. He was such a goofball. He smiled and sat down beside me.
Hey, so I know I said I'd leave you alone, and I still will if that's what you want, but I wanted to give you this first. I went back for it after the accident.
Then he took out this beautiful necklace. It looked oddly familiar. When he handed it to me, our fingers touched, and suddenly, everything came rushing back to me like a flood. Malik and I were playing with my dog Rocco, the two of us cuddling while we watched a movie, on the red carpet together getting our photos taken. I remembered it all. Malik. I took his hands. He looked at me with a puzzled expression, and then he saw it in my eyes. That I remembered him. That I remembered us. He leaned in and kissed me in front of the galaxies and stars. A moment later, a security guard came in.
Hey, you guys can't be in here.
Malik and I laughed and then raced off the set holding hands. The next day, I found out that Jamie had been fired. It turned out that she was only acting like my best friend because she had heard a rumor that her character was being written off the show. I would have tried to help her if she'd just been honest with me, but now it was too late. Anyway, things went back to normal. Eventually, I stopped thinking about the curse. It wasn't real anyway. The only real thing was life's ups and downs, and I couldn't control that. All I could do was be here in the moment. In this moment, I was enjoying a strawberry banana smoothie with my boyfriend, and it was perfect. Malik grinned at me.
You know what would make this moment even more perfect? If more people liked and subscribed to MSA,
He said with a knowing wink. I couldn't help but laugh at his suggestion.